Yo, you ever walked into an airport and felt that wave of stress wash over you? The crowds, the lines, the constant worry of missing your flight. Now toss in the TSA shaking things up with new rules in 2025, and you've got yourself a recipe for travel anxiety. Seriously, these new regulations about liquids, electronics, even the size of your bag, it's a lot to keep track of. You're bombarded with articles online. Everyone's got an opinion, but who's actually breaking it down in a way that makes sense? That's where we come in. We're diving headfirst into the madness, unpacking these new TSA restrictions, so you don't have to. No more frantically shoving toiletries into tiny bags at the last minute. We're talking packing hacks, people. The kind that'll have you gliding through security like a boss. Stick with me and you'll be a master of the 2025 TSA game. Alright, let's cut through the noise. The TSA is switching things up, making some big changes to what you can and can't bring in your carry-on. I know, change is scary. But trust me, it's not as bad as it sounds. First up, we've got the liquid situation. Remember those tiny, impossible-to-fill 3.4-ounce bottles? Yeah, they might be getting a size upgrade. We're talking potentially larger containers for your liquids and gels, which is a win in my book. But don't go celebrating just yet, there are still rules. Then there's the electronics. Laptops, tablets, cameras, basically anything bigger than your phone might need to be packed separately. And don't even get me started on the rumors about potential bag size adjustments. They're talking about stricter size limits, people. But hey, don't stress. That's why we're here. Over the next few chapters, I'm breaking down each of these changes step by step. We'll talk about what's staying the same, what's changing, and most importantly, how to pack like a pro so you can breeze through security without a hitch. This is about being prepared, people. We're gonna outsmart the system, pack smarter, and travel smoother. So buckle up because we're about to turn you into a TSA-defying airport navigating ninja. Okay, let's talk liquids. We all know the struggle of cramming our favorite shampoo, conditioner, and that face wash we can't live without into those tiny 3.4-ounce bottles. It's a travel nightmare. But here's the good news. Rumor has it, the TSA might be easing up on the liquid restrictions. We're talking potentially larger containers, people. Imagine being able to bring your go-to toiletries in sizes that actually last longer than a weekend trip. That's right, no more frantically searching for travel-sized everything or resorting to those questionable hotel toiletries. But hold on, before you go filling your suitcase with gallon-sized shampoo bottles, there's a catch. While the size limits might be increasing, the rules about what types of liquids are allowed are likely staying the same. We're talking about liquids, gels, aerosols, all that good stuff. And don't forget those clear quart-sized bags? Yeah, they're probably here to stay too. So while we might get a little more wiggle room with the size of our containers, organization is still key. Let's be real. Traveling without our electronics is practically impossible these days. Laptops, tablets, cameras, headphones. Our carry-ons are basically mobile offices and entertainment centers. But with these new TSA rules, things are about to get interesting in the tech department. Word on the street is, they're cracking down on how we pack our electronics. We're talking about potentially having to pack anything larger than your phone separately. That means laptops out, tablets in their own bin, and cameras ready for inspection. Now, I know what you're thinking, Casey. This sounds like a recipe for disaster. And yeah, it could be if you're not prepared. But fear not, my friends, because I've got you covered. We're talking about maximizing space, utilizing packing cubes, and finding those secret compartments in our bags we never knew existed. This is about working smarter, not harder. So, ditch the panic and embrace the challenge. We're going to conquer these new regulations together, one perfectly packed gadget at a time. Alright, let's address the elephant in the room bag size. Those trusty carry-ons we've been lugging around for years might be facing extinction. Well, not extinction, but definitely some downsizing. The TSA is rumored to be considering stricter size limits on carry-on bags, and that's got a lot of people freaking out. I get it. We're used to stuffing those overhead bins to the brim, maximizing every inch of space with our packing prowess. But here's the deal. Smaller bags, less hassle. Instead of trying to cram everything into one giant bag, why not streamline your packing game? Think about it. A smaller bag means less weight to lug around, faster movement through the airport, and a smoother security check experience. Plus, let's be honest, how much stuff do we actually need for a trip anyway? Let's talk about those clear, quart-sized bags we all know and love, or maybe love to hate. They're essential for getting through security with our liquids and gels in tow. But here's the thing, not all containers are created equal. First of all, make sure your bag is actually quart-sized. Don't try to sneak in a gallon bag and hope for the best. Trust me, they'll notice. And speaking of noticing, those containers need to be TSA-approved. Now, I know what you're thinking. Does it really matter if my contact solution is in the original bottle or a travel-sized container? And the answer is, unfortunately, yes. The TSA has rules, and those rules involve using containers that meet their specific requirements. So, before you even think about packing, make sure you've got your hands on some TSA-approved containers. They're easy to find, relatively inexpensive, and they'll save you a lot of hassle at the airport. Packing electronics for a trip can feel like playing a high-stakes game of Tetris. You've got all these different shapes and sizes, and you're trying to fit them all into one bag without anything getting crushed or lost. But fear not, my friends, because I'm about to turn you into packing ninjas. First things first, invest in some quality packing cubes. These things are lifesavers, especially when it comes to electronics. You can designate one cube for chargers and adapters, another for headphones and earbuds, and another for your larger devices like laptops and tablets. And speaking of larger devices, make sure you've got a dedicated laptop sleeve or case. This will protect your precious tech from scratches, dents, and those inevitable bumps in the road. Plus, it makes it super easy to whip out your laptop at security without having to unpack your entire bag. Chapter 7. Packing Cubes and Compression Bags. Space-saving superheroes. Alright, let's talk about packing cubes and compression bags. The unsung heroes of efficient packing. These bad boys are about to change the way you travel. Trust me on this. Packing cubes are like mini suitcases within your suitcase. They help you compartmentalize your belongings, maximize space, and stay organized on the go. No more digging through a bottomless pit of clothes to find that one sock. Compression bags, on the other hand, are like magic. You stuff them full of clothes, seal them up, and then roll out all the excess air. Boom, your clothes are compressed to half their size, freeing up valuable space in your bag. Chapter 8. The early bird gets through security. Time is your friend. Let's talk about something that stresses everyone out. Airport time. Specifically, not having enough of it. Look, I know waking up early sucks, but trust me, when it comes to catching a flight, time is your best friend. Arriving at the airport with minutes to spare might make for a dramatic movie scene, but in real life, it's a recipe for disaster. We're talking missed flights, lost luggage, and a whole lot of unnecessary stress. Give yourself a buffer, people. Arrive at the airport with plenty of time to spare. That way, you can check in at your own pace, breeze through security without feeling rushed, and maybe even grab a cup of coffee without breaking a sweat. Chapter 9. Security Check Ninja, Mastering the Art of the Smooth Scan. Alright, the moment of truth, the security checkpoint. This is where preparation meets execution. But don't worry, I'm about to give you the inside scoop on how to navigate this process like a pro. First things first, have your boarding pass and ID ready to go. Don't be that person fumbling through their bag at the last minute holding up the line. Keep those documents easily accessible in a designated pocket or pouch. Next up, shoes off, laptops out, liquids in a baggie. You know the drill. The key here is to be efficient. Don't wait until the last second to start taking off your shoes or digging out your electronics. Chapter 10. Security Line Essentials, Pocket Power Moves. Okay, we're almost there. You're about to step onto that plane and leave all your worries behind. But before you do, let's talk about those essential items you need to keep handy in the security line. First and foremost, your boarding pass and ID. These are non-negotiable. Keep them safe, keep them accessible, and maybe make a copy just in case. Next up, your phone. This is your lifeline, your entertainment, and your way to stay connected with the outside world. Make sure it's charged and ready to go. And finally, a pen. You never know when you might need to fill out a customs form or jot down a quick note. Trust me, a pen is a small but mighty tool to have in your arsenal. Outro: Travel like a boss, you got this. And there you have it, folks, the ultimate guide to conquering the TSA's 2025 carry-on rules. Remember, knowledge is power. The more you know about the regulations, the better prepared you'll be. Don't rely on rumors and hearsay. Stay informed by visiting the official TSA website, link in the description. I've also included links to some of my favorite travel planning apps and websites. These resources will help you stay organized, find the best deals, and navigate any travel challenges that come your way. Most importantly, remember to subscribe to the channel for more travel tips, hacks, and adventures. Let's explore the world together, one perfectly packed bag at a time.